OTR. OTR. Enough said. Yeah. Off the rip. Cruising through the city with a new whip. I told her that she said she gon' need a tip. You look like you gon' cost me a grip.
What's up? This is Off the Rip with your boy Enough Said. Hope everybody is doing good. Thank you for tuning in one more again. We got a special guest in the building. We got a king in the building. My big homie, you know what I'm saying? Mr. K-Rahn Vallantine in the building. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's magnificent, brother.
Yes, sir, man.
Sir.
We're so honored to have you, man. You know, we know each other pretty well. But today we get to go a little deeper, and I get to introduce you to a lot of people who don't know you and don't know your movement. I wanted to start off with just asking you about your backstory, like you,
Okay.
where you from? Like, tell us how you got to where you are right now.
Yeah. For the most part, Pasadena, California is where I'm from. Also lived in Indiana for a minute, so I spent some time in the Midwest.
Indiana, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Muncie, Indiana.
Okay.
Muncie, Indiana.
Muncie and Gary's the hood. That's all I know. about Indiana.
Yeah. During the crack epidemic that whole time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it as far as, where I grew up. Just, again, gang and drug impacted communities, growing up in that way and seeing how a lot of the dysfunction was normalized. As I got older, I started to think about, like, most of the stuff that we grew up experiencing and seeing, it ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as common, but it ain't normal.
And you saw that kind of stuff mostly in Indiana or like out here, because you have a strong base in the Pasadena, Altadena area.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what really did it was growing up when I was in Indiana, seeing it out there too, just as much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just more concentrated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's where out here it's more spread out. And seeing that, it was like, man, this stuff is everywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So do you feel like that had like a positive or negative impact on you? Because some people can take something like that and turn it into something positive, or you just become a victim of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was negative situations. So because of that, it definitely had negative effects on me. But this, again, as I got older and matured, I transmuted that, so to speak. You hear that word, transmuted? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear that? Transmuted.
I transmuted that energy and made it positive. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Alchemy right now, right there. You know what I mean? But yeah. It really, again, seeing Cali and then seeing the Midwest and seeing that it had these differences, but really it's the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that it's the same, it affected me and made me want to really impact my community even deeper.
Yeah, so I want to ask you this and stay right in, like your backstory and stuff like that. Do you come from a two-parent home or a single-parent home? Because we usually one of the two. Yeah. And that kind of dictates how we view things and how we see things.
Yeah, no, I grew up moms only.
Moms only. Okay.
Yeah, moms. She was a strong support system. But it's funny that you say that. Well, not funny, but it's interesting that you say that because I got kids now, right? And I remember, older, in my adult years, thinking that nobody that I knew, none of my homies, none of my homegirls, girlfriends, family, none of us have fathers in our home.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? But when things are so common, we think they're normal.
It's normalized.
You know what I'm saying? And I realized, like, wait a minute, I never went to nobody's house with their father in home, except for one homie's cousin. That's how deep it is that I can pinpoint to one person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to answer your question, it was just moms.
Dang. So from there, Indiana to here, and so tell me, we know where you are today, but what happened in between there once you became an adult? Like, what guided you into this direction where you're writing books and things like that? Yeah,
I was blessed to go to school. I went to college. And unfortunately, when I first went to college, I brought all the same elements, same mindset, and I was up there tearing stuff up out there.
And where was you at?
I was at San Diego State.
Okay, so you was partying.
Beyond party. Party was we was tearing stuff up.
You know San Diego State. That's the reason why I didn't go there.
They got bars around the thing because of us. Not even allegedly, right?
Yeah,
but,
allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was tearing stuff up. Yeah. But I got exposed to some knowledge of self. And when I got exposed to some knowledge of self, whether it be like a book, shout out to my bro Prosper. Prosper, he turned me on to this book called It's called The Broader File. Funny thing about that is I was in college. He wasn't. right? He was just, a
Yeah.
brother out there. And he was like, read this book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I ain't about to read no book. But now I'm the college student
Yeah.
telling him I ain't
I'm
gonna
not gonna
read no
read
book.
no
I
book.
don't read
Yeah,
no book, right? But he left it in my apartment, and I read it. And it just opened my mind to so much. Like, man. And then I got turned on to the Willie Lynch letter.
Know about that.
And I was like, man, we a part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
your light bulb click. Like, I'm a part of the problem. I can't complain about what they doing, or quote unquote they, if I'm kicking up dust.
Yeah.
And then that led me to just want to just really get into knowledge of self. And then once I started to open my mind up, I wanted to impact the community.
Yeah.
And then that's how that stuff started happening. Just wanted to really make an impact and share what I learned.
Okay.
Yep.
So today we sitting in your office, right? Tell us, how'd you get, like, cause black men, we don't have our own offices and all, but it's not common.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not common. Now you have a group of us that are able to do that, but you're a self-made black business owner that is pouring back into the black community. How did you get where we are today? And I'm looking at a sign. Maybe later we can get the camera to show that mug say "Live above the hype."
It does. That does.
Sweet A.
Yeah, it does.
Sweet A. I don't know how these sweets work, but usually Sweet A costs more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a blessing. I mean, this is what it is. To be real with you, when we talk about that, we use, in our communities, black communities in particular, we usually separate social commitment from business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either I'm gonna be so committed to the movement, but I'm gonna be broke. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna go get this money, and I ain't gonna
be able to.
You feel what I'm saying? And an elder from the movement back in the '60s, he was doing that. He said, we really need to get our economic game on. You know what I mean? And really take economics serious.
Yeah.
So as I was doing this work, and again, we could go in details if we have the time, but as I was doing this work, I've always approached it from a business mentality.
Yeah.
Because I know where my mind and heart is. If I get the money, I know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm unapologetic about getting the money because I'm gonna do right by it anyway. So I always approached it as a business, because what usually happens is when we talking community stuff, there's agencies and institutions who are responsible for community work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times they're far removed from the community, so they hire brothers like us
To come in
to do the work, pay us the pennies, and they get the money, and it's just business as usual.
They get the funding, and we
exactly. So I'm like, why can't we do that same thing as far as we get the funding, do what we need to do, and you know what I'm saying, and make the impact, So I always went in with that mentality. You know what I'm saying?
I like that mentality. I think that's something that I believe is actually something that we're trying to do more of in every aspect, in every business, is having the black representation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With your local supermarkets, where I can go into a store and I don't feel comfortable because there's nobody in there that works there that's black, that understands that when I look like I don't know what I'm looking for, it's not that I'm trying to steal something.
Right.
It's I really don't know where's the peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I dig in my pocket to grab my phone, I'm not putting nothing in my pocket.
I'm not putting it in my pocket.
I know.
So that's exactly, I like that. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so let's talk about the Beyond the Crack Generation book you got.
Yeah.
That's this book right here, right?
Absolutely.
It's this book right here, Beyond the Crack Generation. I heard a lot about this book. Tell me about this book, man.
Yeah, Beyond the Crack Generation. The full title is Beyond the Crack Generation.
Yeah.
Surviving the Trauma Organized Culture.
That part.
So what it's about is really understanding, first of all, that trauma is real. Again, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the stuff that we see as common, as normal, only because it's common, a lot of it is traumatic. And a lot of times we don't understand how much trauma has affected our communities, particularly gang and drug impacted communities.
Yeah.
We just go through certain things. Some of us have been through violence. Some of us have been the perpetrator. Some of us have been the victim. Some of us has been both. But both of it is traumatic. Yeah. We just tuck it away and go on about our day. And then we wonder why we have all these ways about us. You know, hyper vigilant, where I don't trust nothing. I'm always on alert. You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
Why I'm doing a lot of self-medicating, why I'm trying to cope and all of these. A lot of that stuff come from trauma. Yeah. But because it hasn't been really talked about in our communities, we don't know it. Yeah. Our culture says, look, you don't tell your business, you don't talk about it, you just tuck it away, fix your face, and get back out there.
Keep on moving.
but it's still there.
Yeah.
Right. So when I started learning about trauma, I'm like, dang, that's deep. That's why I do a lot of stuff that I do. But then I realized that I took it a step further, and we have not just trauma, we have what's called a trauma organized culture. Where our culture
It's built off of that.
is built around trauma and like if something small as bomb first, Pac, you say bomb first.
Yeah.
That's a trauma response. Let me get off on them before they get off on me. Because I done been got off on before. That's never gonna happen again, right? I'm affected by that. And we have all of these experiences that has molded the culture, you know what I'm saying, and has defined what we consider to be real. Yeah. But really, it's a lot of trauma that we're dealing with.
Yeah. And we're gonna get into that real that we discussed earlier. Yeah. So as far as the trauma, because I kind of wanna like go a little deeper into that. Yeah. What are some of the things that if I pick this book up, what are some things in here that I can learn that will affect me if I'm a 15-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 35-year-old?
Well, what it talks about, it really is just, we talked about this before. We talked about how we need to de-educate ourselves from a lot of stuff, right? So what it does, it really highlights, again, some of the stuff that's been normalized and gives us some self-reflection. So we talk about, first of all, what is trauma? Yeah. We talk about why certain things are the way they are. Like, for instance, again, growing up in the crack epidemic, during that time, 80s and 90s. Most of the music that I was listening to and my peer group was listening to, was quote unquote gangster rap, right? Okay. With that being said, here's the interesting thing, like putting all this stuff together. I just said we grew up where there was no fathers in the home. So it's no fathers, right? Then I'm looking for a male figure. I'm a young man, whether I admit it or not, I'm looking for a male figure. So if I ain't found one in the hood, which may be the big homie or something like that, I'm going to find it through the music. I'm listening to what Cube tells me. I'm using what Snoop tell me, not pointing no fingers at nobody. I'm just saying who I was listening to. So I'm listening to Cube. Okay, so how do I treat a young lady? This is how I treat her. Now I've been listening to that since I'm 8. Now, if you know how we was taught, before I even had a girlfriend, I was already taught how to treat a girl. And they wasn't considered young ladies.
Nah, he had a song that titled him.
So then guess what? So now if I'm not treating her like that, I think something's wrong with me. Yeah. If I'm, same thing with how do I deal with confrontation? Oh, this is what you're supposed to do? If I'm not responding in a violent manner, you know, and again, this is just talking about how all this stuff is happening at the same time. So I'm getting all of these social cues. Man. And I'm like, dang, why am I thinking like this? And I'm thinking, I don't even know that a lot of this stuff has been taught to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not even who I am.
I'm just listening to music. I'm getting up every day, listening to music, living life.
Right. And now all this stuff is, so even the quote unquote gangster rap is really a trauma infused genre of music. Right.
Absolutely.
So now I'm listening to all of this, I'm watching the movies and all of this stuff is really about the death of our community. So now I'm looking and I'm realizing that, wait a minute, my death is the world's entertainment.
That's your next book?
It's in this book.
My death of our community
is the world's entertainment. Now, it's entertaining if I didn't really have to live this. If I'm reading about or rap or hearing a song about
and it ain't really something I gotta actually go and deal with.
When I step out the porch, I really lost a homie. I'm really fighting the case. You know what I'm saying? And I've been through certain situations and without getting too deep on it, I done been through situations where yesterday I used to love this song. But now today I'm actually dealing with it. I'm making me sick. I'm really fighting a real case right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't funny no more.
When murder was the case that they gave you.
It was a song. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? So now we're dealing. So with all that being said, it just really talks about a lot of that stuff. We even break down even the concept of the nigga, the real nigga, and why we can't let that go. I even talk about all of that.
We gonna talk about that with that real coach.
But even the word, even the word nigga. Check this out. Just something to think about that's in this book. As black people, we have been considered, we've been Afro-American, African-American, Black American, Black. We done changed a lot. There's only one title that's never changed. That's why we can't let it go. Well, that's one of the reasons why we can't let it go. It ain't never changed. From the time we started to now, we done been niggas.
Once a nigga, always.
And we can't let it, so again, talking about this, it talks about the contradiction in our mentality, right? Where in one sense, you're my nigga, and that's a term of endearment. But if somebody else say it, I'm ready to squabble with them because in my own mind, I'm dealing with that conflict. But it's all in the book, But
because like that conflict that you just brought up right there is a big issue, especially with rap culture using what was that boy's name? I forgot the rapper's name. His hook said some nigga, and I remember being Trinidad James.
Yeah.
I remember being in Las Vegas, and in the club. Right there, Trinidad James, it was me and some other folks, we was in there turning up, and Trinidad James right there, and he got ready to start the song, and we surrounded, because in Las Vegas, the clubs, it ain't us really, it's them really, and then we sprinkled in there. So he's getting ready to perform, and he starts the song, and he's like, hey, he stopped the song. Before I go any further, I'm gonna let you know all right now, it don't matter if you white, this and that and that, tonight you can say this word.
Yeah, you're trying to get somebody hurt.
And when I was like, nah, I'm about to use the word. You ain't the nigga that can get it back. Like,
you
no,
can't give that,
you can't give
permission.
that. You can't give them permission to use that. And so, in that moment, I saw the struggle, because I was in there. I could no longer enjoy the song. No. I'm looking at every white, non-black person around me, and I'm like, say it. I dare you say it. I dare you say it. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
You see what I'm saying?
So I want to know, what is your take in this book? Because I don't want to, if it's in the book, I don't want to go there, but I want to know, what is your take on that?
I mean,
or how do you think we should take a better approach to dealing with that?
I can only speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I personally self-correct constantly if it comes. I mean, I grew up, using words.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna really call you a nigga, and I'm not gonna really let people call me a nigga, so to speak.
Yeah.
But if somebody called me one, like when somebody come from the culture, I'm not offended by it.
Yeah.
I come from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my thing is, we just have to be more intentional about the words we use. And it's just like, out of all the thousands of words we could use, why do we want to hold on to that? Right? So that's just something that we have to do within ourselves, self-reflection. To each his own. I don't really have a deep emotional tie to it or against it. Yeah. But I do recognize the history of where it comes from. Yeah. And then the question is why? See, that's the question. Why do we want to hold on to it? Like, why do we defend it? Why do I want to give other people permission to use that? Why? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? What does that say about my own self-worth? Yeah. And then what I do say in the book is this. Let's use that word, nigga. That's a derogatory word, right? If we was to, let's listen to all the hip hop or whatever songs, if we was to replace the word nigga with a derogatory word from another community, I'm not gonna say anybody else's community, whatever a derogatory word is for another people, and replace that word where nigga is, would we still like the song? Who would still like the song? Nobody. Everybody would be offended. Nobody. They would be like, what is this? Yeah. So why, when it's us, nobody's offended? Nobody. What does that say about the way we view ourselves and the way the country views us?
You have a group of people who want to say that word in our rap lyrics.
They want to say it. Why do you want to say it? And why do I want to give you permission to continue to say that? You don't hear nobody else saying that in their community. Yeah, you can call me a this or you can call me a that, and let's promote it into other communities. No, you don't hear that. So what does that say about us?
The whole financial institution is built off of
huge
the use of that word, the death of the
Black death has been entertainment in America since the beginning. Wow. Just like when you used to see, you ever see postcards with black men or black women hanging from a tree and they taking pictures?
They were taking pictures. Yeah.
What is that? That was entertainment.
Dang. Wow. So let's get to this. That was, I didn't expect this to get that heavy. Yeah. Let's move towards this, the rap culture versus real culture. And earlier we spoke about the late young rapper King Von, and not just him, but there are several rappers. It's amazing how many rappers we lost just this year from black on black crime. We talked about that culture. Share with us a little bit of the rap culture or the real culture, concept.
Yeah, well, that concept of real. Yeah. Being a real one. That's a manufactured concept. Yeah. And many of us it has been a moral obligation for some of us to be real. Where at any given moment, based on what the hood has told me real is about, I'm willing to throw everything away right now. Yeah. In the name of showing you that I'm real. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to do this tomorrow and the day after. Yeah. Right? But it's manufactured, and most of it has to do with our own self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the work that I do is really just about helping us, myself included, deprogram myself and deprogram and re-educate our community. Because we have identified so much with this struggle and with the real that we have a hard time separating. You know, that's why you get so many brothers who get some sort of success, but can't let go of the hood ways. Can't let it go. Can't separate the two. Because this idea of real has been so embedded in our identity that I don't know what else to do.
Now, in your curriculum, but the Live Above the Hype curriculum, I'm gonna put this up to the camera, let y'all see this as well.
Absolutely.
So in this book, okay, there's two books. The life skills one. It might have been a life skills one that you showed me the examples.
Yeah.
So in this
both.
one,
that's just the facilitator's manual.
So in this one, you showed me some examples earlier that dealt with that real concept where you asked. There was a question. I believe it was something about like if you're a rapper and you're making money off of rapping, a career, you know, it was like A and B, like what do you continue to keep it real? Do you keep being gangster or do you do what's best for your rap career?
Right.
So I'll talk about that a little bit.
That question was basically asking, and I work with a lot of young, you know, I work with kids and young adults and with this curriculum. And basically it was asking in that particular question, let's say you grew up in the streets and you did your thing in the streets and you build a rap career based on the street lifestyle.
Yeah.
As you get success, do you continue to walk in these same street behaviors or do you transition into something else? Yeah. And you find that many people have a hard time transitioning. Yeah. Many people, you know, in my classes have said, no, you're supposed to, if that's what got you there, then you stay there. Yeah. And when we talk about Live Above the Hype, one of the things that I want us to start to be a part of our culture is understanding it's okay to evolve. It's okay to grow up. Yeah. Right? What got me here ain't gonna get me there. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So I have to continue to grow up. Yeah. You know, and I think that's one of the challenges where, like we have talked about this, where I know people who've been like, hey, Kate, you know, I'm the same, man. I'm the same I was 15. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not the same. I'm a man now. I'm a man, yeah. You know, I still stick to certain codes and principles and values, but there's some things I had to let go. Yeah. Because those was childish values and principles. Exactly. And I can't be a grown kid. You know what I'm saying? So exactly. Yeah, that's what that's about.
What's crazy is that that you can apply that to every job. Like if I'm the dude that's working at Walmart and I'm getting 8 hours a day, when I get off, I should not be clocking out to go gangbang.
That's right. Or on the job, when I'm on the job and some customer, quote unquote, disrespect me, I'm ready to walk off the job and meet him in the parking lot right now. No.
You can't do that.
No,
because you don't get paid for that.
I'm a man now. You see what I'm saying? I got to think of cause and effect. You see what I'm saying? There's certain consequences. Exactly. So that's what Live Above the Hype is about. Understanding that there is a hype that many of us have grown up in. Yeah. And we have to constantly make decisions to live above it. And I'm not telling people to do this or that. I just want to help people critically think. Yeah. Is the decision I'm making, is it going to lead me closer to my goal or is it going to push me away from it? That's all I want people to do. I can't I can't put a moral judgment on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Yeah. You may very well feel that peeling out your uniform and going to fight this dude in the parking lot, it's worth it. But at least think about it.
Think about it.
Think about
it. Take a minute, think about it.
That's it.
Because you might not do it.
You might not do it, right.
Think about your kids. But as Mike Epps says, think about your mama.
For real though. Think about your mama. Think about your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because them the ones who's going to
Shout out Mike Epps on Friday. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, so I want to move us along. Let's get to, I want to talk about just briefly about like the killing of the unarmed black men that is just... It's outrageous. It's been like this, but now we have more access to it. And it seems like that even with the climate that we're in, where you would think that the police department would let's rearrange something because they really catching us right now. And it just doesn't seem to be happening. There's been recent shootings just in the last couple of weeks that are just unexcusable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even with that, I was asked to speak at a rally. In protest of police brutality. I'm not a big rally person, but they asked me to speak. And my take on that is they constantly talk about the good cops and the bad cops. Let's get the bad seeds out. Yeah. And I say, it's not about good cops or bad cops. It's about the lens through which America sees black men and black women. Yeah. Because based on that lens, the quote unquote good cop could be a bad cop by the end of the night.
Man.
That quote unquote good cop probably got black friends and everything.
That's true.
But for whatever reason, that quote unquote good cop is a little bit more nervous when I move versus when somebody else moves.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
That cop is a little more comfortable killing a black man or a black woman and dealing with the consequences than he or she is with killing a white man or a white woman.
Absolutely.
They're not going to kill them just fast.
Yeah.
So that has more to do with the lens.
Mentality.
The mentality. Black death.
Yeah.
Again, black death is acceptable in America, and that's what we have to deal with. Like, I'm gonna give you an example real quick. I was asked to speak somewhere else, and I was talking to a woman about lynchings. And I said, a young man just got lynched not too long ago. I want to say in Palmdale. And her response was, "What did he do?" And I said, "Wait, see, what you probably don't even know what you just asked.
What you just asked
The fact that you asked what did he do lets me know that you think something can justify the fact that he's hanging. But what did he do? Now she's not. Let her tell it. You know,
not racist.
Not at all. But it's the lens.
It's the lens.
It's the lens.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's what we're dealing with. And that lens, even when we talk about, we use this terminology, black on black crime. When it was white on white crime, street, when you're dealing with the mafia, remember the mafia? That was called organized crime. That's organized crime. They was killing. They was on the street. They was gangsters.
Real.
They was gangsters.
Yeah.
But they called it organized crime. What is us? It's black on black crime.
Because that's business. we just some Negroes running around the street killing each other.
We got to be very intentional, and not to justify any of it.
Yeah.
But somebody had broke that down one time too. It says people kill people in their vicinity. So if I'm violent, I'm going to kill
violent
people
in my neighborhood.
If people around me are black, guess who it's going to be?
Yeah.
I'm not getting on the bus going over somewhere else.
No.
So black on black crime, white on white, it's all the same.
And that's what's crazy too, is that it happens in every community.
It does.
It's highlighted in our community.
Yeah.
But I think that goes back to that lens, that mentality, how they view us and our value.
Yeah.
How we value ourselves, and how they value us.
Yeah.
And I think, we talk about music and all that. I think that's one of our biggest tools that we have to teach. And I think we got to start taking advantage of that voice of music, our power. We saw the NBA use their power.
Yeah.
And we have to start teaching them, like, no, this is what a black man's value is. This is what a black woman's value is.
Yeah.
And same with the Latin communities and other communities.
Absolutely.
The value of all of us has been taken away.
People will only treat you as well as you demand of them.
There it is.
So if I'm sitting there giving people permission to disrespect me, then guess what? It's just like if you go to somebody's house. The way I was raised, I'm not even going to sit down. If I came to your house, I'm not even going to sit down until you say, "Hey, Kay, have a seat." Right? But I'm going to move on how you move in your house.
Yeah.
So at first, I'm going to be real respectful. But if I see you throwing trash here, I'm going to start getting a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? I still may keep a certain respect because of who I am, but I'm gonna be like, if he's not respecting his own house,
I don't have to either.
And if we don't respect ourselves, we can't expect other people to do it.
That part. So real quick, we have a new president-elect.
Yes.
Uncle Joe, I call him Uncle Joe, right, President Uncle Joe and Cousin Kamala.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? The first black woman vice president, which is like, I think, we can get to all the other stuff, their responsibilities that will come. But I just think that where we are, the fact that we have a woman in that position. I remember as a kid, like I used to be fascinated with the queens being in power, overseas and stuff like that. And man, they seem to run everything. That seemed to work for them.
Yeah.
Like, how come we haven't adopted that concept in America? And I'm talking about, I was thinking like this almost 40 years ago.
Wow.
Right. And so to see that come, and to be able to see that is kind of amazing for me.
Yeah.
Now, obviously there's work to do, but I just want to get your take on that and just having Trump out of the White House.
Yeah. Well, for me, when it comes to Kamala Harris and all of that, it's solid. Well, it's to be seen what's going to come out of it.
Yeah.
It's great symbolism.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And symbolism has its value.
Yeah.
Now, when we're talking about the community, if we don't have an agenda, let me not start it with if we don't. We need an agenda.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To address our issues.
Absolutely.
If not, it's just going to be symbolism. But again, I mean, I know we do the less of two evils and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I remember as a kid, they used to ask questions like, "How would you rather die? Would you rather drown
would you rather
or burn?" Neither.
Neither way.
You know what I'm saying?
Natural causes.
Neither.
At 97.
So I don't do, right. At 97, yeah. So I don't do the lesser of both evils,
Yeah.
but I am happy to see there's change because
Yeah.
change was greatly needed.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this moves past symbolism into actual, impact in the community.
Yeah, get the energy right. All right. So our next segment is called, I think you're going to like this. It's our spicy segment. It's brought to you by YDE, Your Destiny Essentials, where no matter who you are or what you do, be essentially you. And so basically, this is where, we want to know what gets you spicy, what gets you hot, what makes you mad.
What makes me mad?
We get under Brother K-Rahn Vallantine.
Right on.
Skid.
What makes me mad? Let me tell you what makes me mad. When people are arrogant in their ignorance.
Give us an example.
So it's okay not to know.
Yeah,
I can be ignorant.
yeah.
But when I'm arrogant in my ignorance,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It says people who are who are most arrogant about something usually know the least about it.
Facts.
So when people want to argue
Yeah.
and make these strong points, but they don't even know what they talking about.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
That sound like Ken and Karens.
Yeah, I can't stand that. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that.
Shout out to all the Ken and Karens. We
Ken
talking
and
about you right
Karens,
now.
just not standing on nothing solid, but they passionate about
no
it.
facts.
Nothing.
Just stand up and tell a bold-faced lie to the whole world.
Yeah, and passionate with passion and conviction. That pisses me off right
My
there.
man said, I basically won.
I will buy a lot. By a lot. Absolutely. I won by a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now, who gonna break the news to him? I don't know.
Don's still out there golfing, man.
I won by a lot.
I won by a lot.
It is what it is.
No
So-
stats, no facts.
Nothing. I just feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's what get me.
Man, shoot. Well, we're going to get up out of here, man. Before we get out of here, though, I just wanted to raise these up one more time.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get a hold of these, man. This is some great information. Make sure you find out about, if you live in the community where you need this type of influence on your kids, man. K-Rahn, I'm gonna have you give your info, but like I said, I wanted people to see this, man. This is big. This is important. We need more of this. So go ahead, man. Let us know how we can get this information. Follow you on all your social media.
Instagram, live above it. So that's my handle. As far as the books and everything, like even this mastermind, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Where go to liveabovethehype.com and you can find all more information about what I do, more information about the merch and the books. All of that. And again, what it's about is making sure that we control the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not enough for somebody else to create a curriculum and throw some pictures in it to make it look like it's from us.
Yeah.
I want it to be written by us, for us type of thing. So that's what this is about. So
nice.
liveabovethehype.com.
Nice, man. Thank you once again for
sir.
coming through. Appreciate you. Blessing
thank you for
us.
having me. Yeah.
Hey, look, man. Like he said, y'all go to liveabovethehype.com. Find out everything you need to know. Also, you can stay tuned with us and lock in with us off the rip, the official off the rip on Instagram. You can check us out on YouTube at the official off the rip. Man, thank y'all for chilling with us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that continue to follow us, like and subscribe. Make sure you follow K-Rahn. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm excited. Hey, this was an important topic, and I wanted to make sure we hit this the right way because we are affected, not just the black community, but our community overall, this nation, this country making a transition. And hopefully we stay blessed and moved in a positive way.
Absolutely.
So look, y'all stay tuned. Lock in with us. Thank you for rocking with us. It's your boy Enough Said. We out. Peace.
Need a tip. Yeah. You look like you gon' cost me a grip. I don't play no games, I'm off the rip.